All right, so you have been in the superhero producing game for quite a while. What's the biggest change since you started this?
I would have to say that the fan base has grown significantly, and as a result of that, we have to be more on our game. I'd like to think we were always on our game, but we have to pay attention to make sure that we're always keeping these kinds of movies fresh, exciting, not what the audience is necessarily expecting. Just being really original, constantly being original, honoring the canon, because it all comes from the canon of the comics books and stuff, but doing it in a way that surprises people, engages people, and makes them talk about it when they walk out of the theater.
Now, obviously, the reaction among the hardcore fans to Man of Steel was somewhat more split than it was in the real world. Do you think that fans are going to be really happy with the way that's addressed in Batman Superman?
I think so. Yeah, I certainly hope so. I think when they see Batman versus Superman, I think they'll understand what we were doing better.
Well, it's funny. I rewatched Man of Steel last week, and I felt like even just with what little I know, it's a much richer and deeper film than you kind of saw. How far ahead have you guys been planning since even before you started shooting that one?
We weren't really planning this entire universe, but we felt that we always talked about you can't have superpowers without super consequence. And so we really went through a very deep analysis about what are the powers that Superman has. Is it unlimited? If he's hit by somebody who has equal power, what kind of destruction is that going to be? Is it unlimited or not? How is that going to affect those people who are in the vicinity of that massive power? And, we felt that we did that justice. Maybe it was a little bit too real, but for some. For us, it wasn't. And, it really comes to roost when you see Batman versus Superman, because it's what's affecting Bruce Wayne. And now you understand very clearly what his issue is with Superman.
Now, one last thing before I let you go. Obviously, you've got Suicide Squad coming up next. How important was it to you guys as you got into a real DC Universe movie with Batman versus Superman to explore kind of the full richness of the DC Universe instead of just the ones that we've seen before?
Well, once we decided to get into it, we wanted to... Suicide Squad was really because David Ayer came and said, hey, you guys are expanding the DC Universe. You started it with Man of Steel saying, okay, now there's aliens in this world. There's also metahumans potentially. What about doing Suicide Squad? And he came with a fully worked out pitch that was just great. It was easy to say yes to. But from the time that we were doing Batman versus Superman, we also wanted to expand with Wonder Woman. There'd never been a Wonder Woman before. So that was something that we really wanted to try to make work. Zach's a big, huge fan of the Trinity, and that she finishes the Trinity. And we all thought it was about time, after 75 years, for there to be a Wonder Woman movie, not just a Wonder Woman TV show and Wonder Woman comic book. So we're really fully invested now in expanding the universe, introducing you to these characters, giving honor to the canon and the fans, but also doing it in a way that you don't have to have been a fan. Every movie, hopefully, you will bring in new people who haven't seen these kinds of movies before. And we try to do everything that we can to make sure that if they haven't, they're going to have the same enjoyable experience. Maybe not as rich, but it doesn't matter. You should be able to enjoy the film for what it is as a standalone. On the other hand, what a wonderful thing to give the fans, different but understandable versions of things they've grown up with for generations.